Welcome back to Cooper's Creations, and today what we're going to do is we are going to actually make a tres leches cake. You can actually use tres leches cake for, many things. It's getting very popular for birthday parties. It is a Latin American cake that is soaked in 3 kinds of milk. That's where the tres leches come from. And so what you have to do first is get a box cake mix. You can make a cake from scratch, and you can use white cake mix, yellow cake mix. Make the instructions that are on the package work for you. And so that's what we have here right now in the way of the cake. And so what we're gonna do next is mix the 3 milks, which is the tres leches, together. And we are going to have those mixed, and in order to get the cake prepared to add the tres leches, make sure what you do is you get a fork and you just go ahead and
make holes all over the
surface
of the cake.
Surface of the cake.
You don't have to go all the way through. Just make sure you get a lot of holes in it.
And like this, the milk gets absorbed into the cake. So we're gonna do that real quick. It doesn't take much. Very easy process. It is labor intensive, because obviously you have to prepare it, put it all together. That's the reason why they're expensive when you buy them in the store already prepared. But they are easy to make. All right, so here we are again, and what we're doing now is we are putting 1 can of evaporated milk.
And name brand, you don't have to have name brand with this. Generic is just fine.
1 can of sweetened condensed milk. Same thing, it doesn't have to be a certain brand. Any brand will do. And the 3rd milk that's going to be added, it's just regular. You can cow milk. You can use 2%. You can use whole milk.
About a cup.
You get a whisk or a spatula, either one, and you're just going to make sure that this is blended together. Once that's done, what you're going to do is you're going to get a big spoon and you get the mixture.
Do it from this side, you can see it.
And you just start.
Spoon it very slowly so it has time to absorb into the cake.
So this is where it gets a little bit labor intensive, but it turns out to be a delicious, very delicious cake. So as you can see, we're still doing the last couple of spoonfuls of the tres leches over the cake. This process has to be done this way. Do not just pour the milk over the cake because it will not turn out right. This is about a 5-minute process to spoon the milk over the entire cake to make sure that it goes into the cake. Once that's done, then what we're going to do is we're going to cover the cake with
Whipping cream.
whipping cream.
You can either use Cool Whip or we like to make our own. I've just put 8 ounces of heavy whipping cream in my mixer, and I'm going to mix it until it forms soft peaks.
So, as you can see, the whipping cream is starting to form some soft peaks, and add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of sugar, or sweeten it to your taste. That process is very easy. Once it's done, you want to taste it to make sure it is what you're going for. once that is done, all you're doing is putting that whipping cream and the sugar mixture right over the cake.
Make sure you cover all the cake in the milk. You don't want any edges to be out. You need to seal it. What we're going to do is cover it in plastic wrap and then refrigerate it overnight. You need at least 24 hours for it to be at its best. So just do that. It has time for that milk just to soak into the cake and make it very, very good.
Welcome back to Cooper's Creations, and this is where we left off yesterday on the Tres Leches cake. And remember, we said that once it was you put the icing on it, or the whipped cream, that it needed to sit for 24 hours in the refrigerator so that it could all get together. And now we are cutting up fruit, which are strawberries. When I say fruit, it could be slices of peaches, it could be blueberries, blackberries, anything that you all would like to put on there. The fruit gives it a good contrast, and it looks pretty. And so there you have it, the Tres Leches cake. We're about to cut it so you all can see the consistency of what the cake should look like after sitting for 24 hours.
It is delicious.
As you can see in the plate itself, in the dish, you see the milk at the bottom, so it's well soaked throughout the entire cake. And now I'm going to get a fork and try it. So let's get a piece of let's just get a piece of the cake. So delicious. So my dance is this one. Woohoo! Tres Leches cake. Next time we will do something even better. Goodbye.